Right now, 70% of women are saying that they have experienced some sort of significant stress during pregnancy. And being a parent in 2025 and 2026 does not make that any easier. Whether you've struggled to get pregnant, got pregnant a little earlier than you hoped for, experienced losses, have financial stress, have had a traumatic birth before, finding providers who align with your priorities, the stress of appointments, or are just completely overwhelmed and scared of the unknown, extreme stress during pregnancy is so valid. And a lot of the time, we can't just choose to escape stress. So why are we even talking about it? I want to tell you about something called fetal programming and how we react to stress and how it shapes our baby's development. But don't worry, there is hope too. We can't choose to stress, but we can learn how to adapt and regulate that so our bodies can process a little easier and teach our baby's nervous systems how to be resilient. So let's get into it. I want to start by talking about Catherine, who's in her fifth pregnancy, but actually only the second under neurologically focused chiropractic care. Her previous pregnancies without care were filled with unrelenting heartburn, sciatic pain, crushing fatigue, and overwhelming stress. This time, she's been getting adjusted 2 to 3 times a week throughout her entire pregnancy. And even though this was the oldest she's ever been during pregnancy, she's felt the best out of any of them. Her nervous system stays regulated, her symptoms minimal, and she even had the energy to keep up with her other kids. She's also sleeping great, and her heartburn is manageable. The neurological scans lined up exactly with what she was feeling. Her adjustments were tailored to exactly what her body was showing. And just weeks away from baby number 5, Catherine said this was the most confident she had ever felt heading into labor and delivery. She knew her body was ready because she kept her nervous system regulated throughout the entire pregnancy. The umbilical cord, it's more than just a nutrient delivery system. It's an electrical connection between your nervous system and your baby's. So when stress hormones like cortisol stay elevated in your body, they cross the placenta and flood your baby's developing brain. Your baby's nervous system is being programmed right now. So if you're stuck in sympathetic dominance, that fight or flight mode, your baby's nervous system learns this as a baseline normal. So think of it like the nervous system as the air traffic controller for every other system in the body. If the air traffic controller is stuck in panic mode, everything else malfunctions. Research published in Development and Psychopathology found that infants of mothers with the highest stress levels showed a 22% higher stress reactivity. These babies were more easily upset, harder to soothe, and showed poorer recovery from stress. And that pattern was actually established during pregnancy. Fetal programming means permanent changes. During your pregnancy, the baby's amygdala, which is the fear center, develops larger and more reactive when exposed to chronic stress. The HPA axis, the baby's stress response, gets programmed with a hair trigger baseline. Think of it like building a house on a cracked foundation. You can't remodel a house on a cracked foundation and expect it to be stable. Same with your baby. Your baby's nervous system's foundation is being built right now, and chronic stress creates cracks in that foundation before they're even born. The vagus nerve, the main nerve of the parasympathetic system, develops its tone during pregnancy. Poor vagal tone from prenatal stress can actually affect digestion, heart rate, inflammation, immune function, social engagement, and emotional regulation for years. Kids whose mothers experience chronic stress during pregnancy have higher rates of ADHD, anxiety, sensory processing disorder, and even physical health issues like asthma and allergies. This isn't bad luck, it's fetal programming. The perfect storm often begins before pregnancy even starts. Fertility struggles, multiple rounds of IVF, months or years of emotional weight, hormone medications, financial strain, and relationship stress. And by the time the pregnancy happens, the nervous system is already depleted. And then pregnancy adds in its own stressors: physical discomfort, fear about baby's health, anxiety about labor, financial pressure, work stress, and relationship challenges. Your baby is developing in this environment. So here's the truth: they don't just grow out of it. They grow into colic at 2 months old. They become constipated at 6. The constipation then turns into sensory sensitivity at 18 months. And then these sensory issues become ADHD between 3 and 5 years old. Then anxiety when they're in their teens. This nervous system dysfunction that started during fetal programming just manifests differently as the brain develops. You can't eliminate every stressor. It's impossible. But you can help your nervous system shift from sympathetic dominance into parasympathetic function, creating a calm, regulated internal environment that supports healthy fetal programming. Neurologically focused chiropractic care works at the foundation level. Gentle, specific adjustments help release the parking brake on your nervous system, allowing it to shift out of survival mode and into regulation. Insight scans, they're going to provide objective data. They measure the balance between your sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. So we have a surface electromyography scan, which shows where your nervous system is holding tension. And then there's also the neurothermal scan, and this will detect the areas of dysregulation. And overall, these scans track improvements in your nervous system function, often before you even notice symptom changes. When you're regulated, your baby learns regulation. And this is the window of opportunity. Pregnancy is when the foundation gets built. What you do now not just affects your pregnancy, but also your child's lifelong health. Your baby's nervous system is being programmed in this moment. Your nervous system teaches your baby's nervous system. The intervention you pursue now, addressing nervous system dysregulation at the root cause level, affects your child's health trajectory for years. And you have more control than you think, not by eliminating stress, but by helping your body regulate despite it. If you're ready to support your nervous system and give your baby the healthiest possible start, click the link in our bio, send us a DM, or you can even schedule with us here at New Ridge Chiropractic and Wellness in Colorado Springs. Let's help you create the calm, regulated foundation your baby deserves.